Hey folks, hope you're doing good today, midweek. Now we've got some cool bands to check out today, a bunch of new bands to check out as well. And we're going to go do various styles of death metal and extreme metal. Sounded very cool as well. Nice one. The reason we got this stuff on the channel today is a new band that have come through on the channel, wanted to get on board. Thanks very much for that. These guys are called Panzer Kunst. They're from Kansas City. It says here, I'm sorry we've only got a visualizer video. No worries. If that's not good enough, I understand, but now it's fine. It says, thanks for giving us a listen. This is our first single as a band. We plan to eventually release a second single and an album. That'll be good as well. So yeah, we're getting straight on board with this band right out the gates. Very, very cool. I'd like to see that as well. This track is called Lake of Oblivion. Let's get it on the screen. Check it out. Nice long one as well, nearly 6 minutes. Lots of stereo on the drums. Cool atmospheric stuff coming in now. Epic. Cool bass tone in there. riffs. Heavy drums. Sick. There you go. Didn't feel like a 6-minute track either. It's because they had lots of different stuff going on, lots of cool riffs, drum beats. I thought the vocal, particularly in this one, was super dope. It's my kind of favorite style of vocal. It reminded me of the guy from Zayo, who's one of my favorite bands. Back of the throat, wide open throat, gravelly, got a natural distortion to it. So you don't have to layer a bunch of kind of fake distortion over the top of it to get that roughness and that gravel coming out. Because he's just naturally got it in his throat. Got a power behind it, deep, low and manly. And it just fits in with guitars and stuff like that. So nice. Really nice. Just brought a raw and a power to the music. And it sounded absolutely great. My favourite kind of vocal this guy had. Just the tone, you know, and the style. Sick. Loved it. Bunch of cool riffs in this one. Doom, doom, doom. Kind of walking up the neck and stuff like that. Really enjoyed it. The drumming was sick. Big, weighty, heavy toms. And he did a lot of tom work, which added a weight to the mix as well. Just sounded heavy and nice. And that bass tone in there as well. Deep and low and grisly, and with a kind of fuzziness to it as well, which sat it in the mix nicely. You could hear it when it broke down a bit to the drums and bass. Sounded nice. There's only one issue I had with this, and I just want to double check to see if these guys did their own mixing. Composition by a bunch of guys, mixing and mastering by Eric Graves, and it doesn't look like he's in the band, so it's someone else in it. So this is a kind of tip for Eric. For my personal taste and my personal ear as a mixer, I thought this one just had a bit too much low mids. I would have done a bit of a cut on the guitars around the 500, 600 hertz mark. Just do a bit of a scoop around there. That would tighten up the guitars, and just they were creating a lot of noise around that section, which then contrasted with the bass, which had a lot of noise around that section as well. Just try and tighten up the 500-600 area, because when that area gets out of control, it creates a real hum and kind of sound within the mix, and it overtakes, it kind of cuts out the mids and things like that. So I thought the synthy sounds that came through, the atmospheric sounds that came through were overshadowed by the kind of low mid-end noise that had built up, because there was a lot of double bass in there as well on the drum kit. That's got a ton of frequencies around there as well. So on all those elements, you just need to do a bit of tightening up, maybe dynamic EQ, so that as the sound builds up, it dampens it down more and more. Because I just thought the mix had a bit too much low mids, the frequencies at that range create a sound that overshadow the rest of the mix. It takes the tightness out of the mix, and you just get a lot of kind of sound. So that would be my only tip for these guys going forward. This is their first track coming out the gates. They did a sick job to come out with a 6-minute track with a bunch of high-level riffs, modern death and stuff like that, and killing it on the vocals and everything else for their first track. So very happy that this band got straight on board with us, and we can follow their journey and help them out as much as we can and get them as many views out the gate as we can. Love to do that, and I'll be looking forward to hearing what their next track sounds like, and hopefully get a little bit more tightness in that low end. There you go. That's what I've got for you today. I don't know why I'm saying that. That's what I've got for you today. I thought we were doing an exclusive sub there. We got another 3 bands to check out. Lost my mind. We're all over the world today. The next band that band was from Kansas City. This band is from Poland. The next band is from Germany. And the last band is from Bulgaria. So we've got a lot of European bands on today, but also Kansas. These guys are from Krakow. This is Ennorath. The track is called Nano Soul Theory. I believe I nearly forgot we got the rest of these bands. Here we go. Oh, we can crank this one up just a little bit. Very loud. Nice and heavy. It really slams. Cool. Some nice modern edges in this one as well.
Independent, fuck me. Every difference is present, yeah. All what's active, next to see. Future, useless sound. Step by step, analyzing the fear. Clearing up all of your side. With you here, secret and fears. I just don't carry on.
Nice. Nice moshy bounce to this one. Nice job. Nice high quality video for this one. Love seeing them rocking out. And because they gave the drummer sections in this one to do, it's good seeing him do it all on the cymbals and everything else. Sick, nice bass section in there as well. I like that. Yeah, these guys were cool. They had a nice bounce in this one as well. You could just mosh out to it all the way through. Heavy vocal, sounded right in there as well. That was dope. And then we had those extra modern, some synthy elements, kind of progressive stuff in there, but also breaking into a bit of a trappy area, man. You don't see that in death metal very often, but these guys worked it in there nicely. I thought it sounded right, and it just brings in a different modern kind of edge to it. Thought they did a very nice job. High quality band. All had a bunch of nice instruments and everything as well. Sick. The next band we're going to check out is from Germany. These guys are called Skullhunter's Diary. The track is called Vicious Voice. Another official vid. Here we go. Makes a change.
Sleepless nights and troubled days. I hunger for second to rest and lay down. I am hearing sounds and noises whispering to me all day long. I am the chosen one, for malicious power we're trying to make me drown. I want the thrill, a hole in my head, to make these voices stop right now. What is happening to me? Why does it never stop to tell me lies about my life? And tell me they're so gone for me.
Nice.
My head is about to explode. I am becoming insane. All day and all night, and every day, in every way. This demon breaks me down from inside. In my mind, I cannot resist. It's only prison. I want to crush myself into the mirror to make this end forever. I'm the one
Really hear the bass. Nice seeing this one.
my command. Get out of my life, get out of my head. You're leaving me alone. You must understand how I'm alive. You will resign, my friend. Why is it me that you exceed inside? You're killing me. See it as your fate willingly, as long as you accept. Now set it all, I was at all until you disappear. I disagree, you'll never be free as long as you never be there. And what it is if you try to resist, so make a life on me. I press my hands against my head. I know that it will make this end. I'm walking through my room like a wreck, and my legs are weak, my mind is bad. I'm searching with my eyes for
Hear that bass?
that I can find. I'm grinding with my takes from my head to my brain. I feel like
Sick.
get someone tell me why. I'm breaking all the fear. Get someone hear me cry. I only wish I wasn't here at home. This is these voices beneath my sand. Keep my mind here behind in the sacred friend. You have greased my unspoken camera, carrying my mind towards my last era. This is these voices beneath my sand. Keep my mind here behind in the sacred friend. You have greased my unspoken camera, carrying my mind towards my last era. I'm the one, tell you what to do. You must be
No, it's a riffs.
You must understand how I'm alive. You will resign, my friend. Now set it all, I was at all until you disappear. And what it is if you try to resist, so make a line of hell.
Friggin' loved it. Absolutely loved everything about this one, and there was so much to listen to. Man, I had a big smile on my face the whole time, just hearing all the elements of this band come together, because I could just tell they're super high-level musicians in this band, and they're all giving each other space and a chance to break through the mix and create a melody within the music. The bass was so nice. Might have been a fretless bass even, I think. And the way he worked it, just cutting through the guitars, especially when they were nice and high and doing the tremmy stuff, which left a load of space at the bottom for the bass to do its thing without clashing with anyone. Just sounds so great. Drummer in this band, next level sick. Those blasts were so on point, sounded great, working all the cymbals at the same time, you know, not just keeping it on the ride, but accenting all the time with different cymbals and crashes and splashes and God knows what. Just the sickest drumming, and moving it from one section to the next, because these guys have so many different sections and riffs and kind of elements to this track coming together. The drummer did a great job of shifting from one section to the next, bringing in the blast, then bringing in the double bass on top of that just to make it even heavier, pulling it back. Just so much dynamics from the drummer and the band in general. So sick. Love the vocal as well. Cool video of him singing in there with the lyrics. That's a cool way to do a lyric video and stuff. So yeah, really enjoyed this one. There was just so much to listen to, and it was all so high level that if you're a musician and you just love high level music, there's just so much to take in, you know? It's just like, just great. Loved it. Just love the experience of high-level musicianship. The last band we're going to check out today, where did I say these guys were from? Bulgaria, I think. So we've been all over Europe today. This band is called Deadscape. The track is called Stillborn. They've got an official vid for us. Let's finish off with these guys. Oh, done it full screen. Let's finish off with these guys.
Mountains have summoned me. I am the heir to the throne. Destined to rule this wasteland alone. The air that I breathe, the earth down beneath. One last time, I'm coming home.
Cool.
I shall reconquer my kingdom. We shall reunite. Boundless sky, frozen fields, silent world within my heart still pine. Stillborn. My voice shall live on through the birds and their songs. Boundless sky, frozen fields, silent world within. Boundless sky, frozen fields, silent world within my heart. Still burn. Still burn.
Had some sick drummers today.
Mountains have summoned me. I am the heir to the throne. One last time, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Boundless sky, frozen fields,
Heavy with the group vocal.
silent world within. Boundless sky, frozen fields, silent world within my heart still burn.
Nice job. Man, we've had some high-level musicians on the channel today. Sick drummers, absolutely sick guitarists as well. Nice lead melodic edge to these guys, and I think they do call themselves melodic death. Yeah, melodic death metal from Sofia. And that came through nicely. We've had a bunch of different styles of death today with that, bringing in the melody, some more heavier, blackened ones as well. And I forgot to mention with the previous band, what were they? Skullhunter's Diary. The solo in that one was as good as any solo I've ever heard. It was as good as a Kurt Hammett solo, whatever, whoever you want to name. The solo in that track was 10 out of 10. Superb. So, man, we've had some sick musicians on the channel today. And that's because death metal is for sick musicians, you know? There's no crap musicians in death metal. There's some dodgy singers here and there. I won't mention any names. But in terms of the musicians and the playing the instruments, you gotta be sick, especially the drummers, because if you're going to do blast beats and 260 BPM, yeah, you gotta be good. But just as well with the guitarist and the bassist cutting through now, and in this music as well nowadays, the bass is just as much and just as important as the guitars. Used to be all about the guitar riff and the chug of the guitar and all about the guitar. But nowadays, and we've shown that today, that the bass cuts through, breaks away from the guitar, has its own runs and riffs, and it just adds more to the music. It's more to listen to as well. I was loving it so much on Skullhunter's Diary because you could hear every element of the band and you could hear how they were working together, but also doing their own thing, which is next level within music. If you're in a band and you can figure out how to do that, work together, have a foundation that you're all working on, but then let each member of the band break away at certain sections of the track. Let the drummer do it, not like a drum solo. I'm not talking about that, but flares through the music. Let him do a bit of a fill here, whereas the rest of the band pull back a little bit for that section. So all the focus is on the drum at that point. Same for the bass. So you cut out, bass does a little bit of a riff. All those kind of things are just next level ways to, take your music to the next level and let each member of the band shine through, have their moment within the track. And it just adds more to the track rather than just following the standard format of here's a riff on the guitar, the bass just follows that, and the drummer just keeps the beat, That's those kind of days are behind us, I hope. Anyway, gone on enough in this video and forgot I was even making a video halfway through it. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed these bands today. I think we've had 4 absolutely killer bands you wouldn't necessarily have heard about if you'd kind of just in the US or in the UK or something like that, because we've been, Eastern Europe and stuff like that. I don't think many people are hearing bands from Eastern Europe who aren't in Eastern Europe. So I'm trying to bring those kind of bands to the table and let people from all over the world check them out as well. Sick. I really like it. And I think as well with each of the bands today, from each area of the world, that you get a flavor of their sound. Each band's been different, had their own style, had their own sound, and I think part of that is due to where they are from in the world, because where you're from has an effect on what you think is metal, what you think is music, how you approach music and all the rest of it. That's why I love just pulling out bands from all over the world, so we get all those different flavors. We can get into it all. Doesn't matter to me that the lyrics are in a different language or anything like that. Totally doesn't matter, because it's the sound, it's the vibe, it's the energy that you're getting from this music, rather than just reading along with what the lyrics are saying. Love it. Hope you've enjoyed it today, guys. We'll see you around tomorrow. Cheers. Bye.